Alrighty. Here we go. What's up, guys? How we all doing? Beautiful Sunday afternoon. And hopefully we can get the dub today. Mic check. Can you guys hear me clearly? Loud and clearly. I hope so. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we cover almost every single Phillies game. We just wrapped up the Sixers season, and we also do Patriots and Flyers content as well. So, the Phillies are taking on the Chicago Cubs in the wrap-up of this 3-game series. It'll be Taijuan Walker taking on Justin Steele today. Walker in 9 starts has a 3-2 record, along with a 6.53 ERA. And while Justin Steele, his ERA is at 2.53. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Taijuan Walker is pitching on short days of rest, where he went only 2/3 of an inning his last time out against the Colorado Rockies. And, so hopefully he'll have a good outing. Why is my thing not correct? There we go. Okay. Yes. And I meant to say the San Francisco Giants, not the Colorado Rockies. He pitched against the Rockies before that outing and actually went really deep into that game. But yeah, so he's coming off of a really poor outing where he gave up 4 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. And hopefully he can try to have a bounce-back performance today. I was actually listening to Larry Anderson today on 94 WIP, and the one thing that he said that really stood out to me was that the splitter was something that really wasn't effective the last time that he pitched. You know, the Giants hitters didn't really offer at the splitter, and therefore his fastball was up, and the Giants took advantage of that. So I think that if he can control the splitter and put it in a good spot and make Cubs hitters swing and chase at it, he'll be in a much better position, and hopefully the fastball won't be as elevated, if that makes sense. So, yes. How many people we got on here? We got 4 people on here. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. As I mentioned before, we do every single Phillies game, almost every single one of them. And we do Sixers content as well, and Flyers and Patriots. I have to post the schedule. I'm gonna do that tonight after our series recap pod that we do. I will have a schedule that is out tonight, basically coming up with what's going to come next within the coming week or so. We have some interesting content. We're not going to be doing the series from Friday to Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to cover it because I'm going to be in Maryland, and I'm going to be filming a 4-day tournament, so I won't be able to do that. We got 8 lovely people on here. If you guys just tuned in for the first time, I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We do all play-by-play for the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, and for the Patriots as well. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully we can get a W today. I hope you're all doing well. I see that we have a couple of people on here. Jacqueline, what's up, man? What is up? Gabe, what's up? Thanks for coming on here. As always, you're the best. And, Phillies are 21-24, and they're taking on the Chicago Cubs, who are 20-25. The Cubs are actually 9-14 on the road, and the Phillies are 12-8 at home. So Justin Steele and Taijuan Walker are on the bump. And, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Chicago Cubs, who will be batting first. So Nico Hoerner is over at second base. He's batting in the leadoff spot. Dansby Swanson will follow up right after him. He's over at shortstop. Ian Happ out in left field, hitting third today. Seiya Suzuki is batting cleanup out in right field. The center fielder for today's game is Michael Tauchman. And Christopher Morel is going to be the designated hitter. And he's actually now batting 6th. He was batting 9th yesterday. Matt Mervis over at first base in the hot corner, playing for Trey Mancini. And then over at third base is Miles Mastrobuoni. He's over at the hot corner. And Tucker Barnhart will be batting 9th. He's behind the plate today. So once again, it's Hoerner, Swanson, Happ, Suzuki, Tauchman, Morel, Mervis, Mastroboni, and Barnhart. That is the lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Phillies, they lost game 1 of this series by a score of 10-1, but then won last night by a score of 12-3. And were able to get a lot of big offensive contributions from guys like Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Kody Clemens. And, they did a really good job at putting everything pretty much on full display. John Middleton actually got to throw out the first pitch today. John Middleton, the owner of the Philadelphia Phillies. So that was really nice to see. He actually threw a pretty good pitch. But yes, and Mike Schmidt ended up catching for him. Schmidt is in the booth on the telecast, and they got to hug each other. And they got to share a special moment. So that's really, really cool. All right, it's 70 degrees. Winds coming in at 12 miles per hour. And the Phillies will be pitching, and Taijuan Walker will take the bump for the Phils. Again, in case you're just joining us, he didn't have the best outing the last time that he played, which was earlier this week. It was actually on Wednesday, so he's coming off of only 4 days of rest, which really isn't a whole lot, but he went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. In 9 starts this season, he has a 6.53 ERA, 39 strikeouts, and 41 1/3 of an inning. Only 13 walks allowed. First pitch to Nico Hoerner is taken right down the middle of the plate, and we are underway at Citizens Bank Park in Game 3 of this 3-game series. The 0-1 lined out to right field, and it was almost caught by a fan in the stands. And it just bounced off of his glove. He was in about the 3rd row or so, and just dropped it, and he's so mad at himself. Let's take a look at the replay there. Oh, it was just it literally just like went in and out of the center of the mitt, and he was not able to hang on to it. No balls, 2 strikes. Hoerner batting .304 this season. And the 0-2. Hopper over to third base. Sosa fields it on a hop, throws over to first in plenty of time for out number 1. It's weird because last night, when Kyle Schwarber hit a foul ball up towards the 3rd deck, it was, I think one of the engineers for the radio side of things actually tried to barehand it, and it just went through his hands. Dansby Swanson swings and misses at the first pitch for a strike. It was a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Larry, what's up? Thanks for coming on here. Swanson hitting .264 this season. He has 4 homers and 18 RBI. He hit a 2-run home run in last night's game against Aaron Nola. The 0-1 was fouled off. Nola was absolutely sensational in last night's game. And he went 7 strong innings, only allowed 2 earned runs, and he had 10 strikeouts, along with 4 hits. No balls, 2 strikes to Swanson. Walker gets set, kicks, deals, and the pitch. It's inside and low, a splitter at 87 miles per hour. Walker not wasting any time, gets the signs from JT, and the 1-2 pitch. Outside and low for ball 2. Crew chief for today's game, we have Laz Diaz behind the plate. Mike Estabrook over at first base. Andy Fletcher is the second base umpire, and the third base umpire is Eric Backus. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled back once again. And as far as the defensive lineup for the Phillies, JT is behind the plate. On the bump is Taijuan Walker. And the first baseman for today is Alec Bohm. Second baseman is Josh Harrison. Third baseman is Edmundo Sosa. And shortstop is Trey Turner. The pitch. Fouled back again. And then in the outfield, we got Kyle Schwarber out in left field. Dalton Guthrie is the center fielder. Marsh has the day off. And out in right field is Nick Castellanos. Stott also has the day off too. The 2-2 pitch. Taken down low for ball 3. So what was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Dansby Swanson. 1 out in the top of the first inning, as Nico Hoerner grounded out over to third base. Walker gets the signs and the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, drilled deep to center field, but it's going to be up there, and it caught right in front of the warning track. Making the catch is Dalton Guthrie. Thought that thing was going to carry just a little bit more, but Swanson got way underneath that one, and Guthrie was taking his time, just waiting for it, and he made the catch. 2 gone in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up Ian Happ. First pitch is taken for a strike. The Phillies, they won last night's game and ended what was a 7-game losing streak to the Chicago Cubs. The 0-1 taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Last time that they beat the Cubs was back in 2021. The 0-2. Down low and outside for a ball. A splitter at 87 miles per hour. They also ended what was a 5-game losing streak. The 1-2. Right on the inside corner, called strike 3, and Taijuan Walker is able to retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the first. The Phillies coming up to bat. The Cubs weren't able to get a base runner. Alrighty. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ, where we cover almost every single Phillies game. We also cover Sixers basketball. We do Flyers hockey and Patriots football as well. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you guys haven't done so already, if you haven't followed JJ on all the social media platforms, what are you guys waiting for? Go to the LINKTREE, which is linked at the very top of the chat, and click on that and go follow JJ on all the social media platforms that are out there. So be sure to do that. And now we'll talk about the starting lineup for the Phillies. All right, so leading things off for them will be Trea Turner. Turner had the day off yesterday. He's back in the lineup today. He's leading off for Bryson Stott, who has the day off today. Turner batting leadoff over at shortstop. Castellanos batting second over in right field. Bryce Harper is hitting third. He's the designated hitter. The catcher behind the plate is JT Realmuto. Kyle Schwarber hitting fifth. He had a grand slam in yesterday's game. He's out in left field. Alec Boehm over at first base. Edmundo Sosa is batting seventh. He is the third baseman for today's game. Josh Harrison gets the start for Bryson Stott, and he's over at second base batting eighth. And Dalton Guthrie, the center fielder, is batting ninth. So once again, it is Turner, Castellanos, Harper, Realmuto, Schwarber, Boehm, Sosa, Harrison, and Guthrie. And that is the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies on this 71-degree sunny Sunday afternoon. Sunny Sunday. That's a tongue twister. All right, the first pitch to Trea Turner is taken way up high for a ball. On the mound for the Cubs is Justin Steele, who has been really good this season. He's been putting up some awesome numbers. The 1-0. It's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. He's 6-1 with a 2.44 ERA. He has 47 strikeouts and 55 and a third of an inning. This is his 10th start, and he's only allowed 15 walks. The 1-1. Turner will line that one foul, and his bat goes all the way towards the third base backstop. And Dusty Wathan has to go over there to get it, then he'll hand it right back over to him. Actually, he almost landed right where the tarp was. That's how far that thing went. Look out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trea Turner, who's now hitting .257 on the season for the Phillies. He's really been in the slump. 4 homers, 10 RBI as well. 1-2 pitch, laid off by Turner. Somebody was on the radio yesterday calling in to the final out. They said that Trea Turner hasn't even had as many RBI as he did, or home runs, in the World Baseball Classic up to this point of the season. The 2-2. Fouled back once again. Phillies put up 12 runs yesterday afternoon into the early evening against the Cubs, and they broke their 7-game losing streak against the Cubs, 2-2. Fouled over towards the right field side, and that one goes out of play. Turner with 2 strikes this season is hitting 176, but he has 2 homers and 5 RBI. The pitch taken way down low for a ball. A slider at 85 miles per hour. Nick Castellanos waits on deck. The pitch. Fly ball out towards the right field side, and it's foul. Oh, what a catch by that fan in the JT Realmuto shirt. And he just hugged that baseball and was able to make the catch in the crowd. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Fouled back again. So one of my family friends, he's actually at the game, and I see him right now. He's like in the 3rd row behind home plate. Got to give him a shout out. Peter Sunshine, if you listen to this, got to give you a shout out. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Trey Turner strikes out. And there's one gone. He also told me to take a picture of him, which is what I got to do. And I will do that right now. As Nick Castellanos comes up to the plate. First pitch. It's taken down low for a ball. The center field camera, which is what they use, they call it the high home camera. That's what they're using right now. Almost cut off his head. The 1-0. It's grounded over to second base, fielded on a couple of hops, and the throw over to first by Horner is in plenty of time for out number 2. So Steele was able to get the first 2 batters to retire, and Bryce Harper is now up at the plate. As far as the defensive lineup goes for the Cubs, they got Tucker Barnhart behind the plate. Justin Steele's on the bump. Over at first base is Matt Mervis, sorry. Over at third base is Miles Mastroboni. And then second base is Nico Horner. And the shortstop Dansby Swanson. So then in right field, Seiya Suzuki is over there. The center fielder is Michael Tauchman. And the left fielder is Ian Happ. Here's Bryce Harper. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. I think I got it. I did. There we go. I got a picture of my boy. The 0-2. Taken down low for a ball. His dad's sitting right next to him. That's cool. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. It's outside and low for ball 2. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. The Cubs were retired in a row. All 3 batters were retired in the first. 2-2 to Harper. Ground ball. Grounded over towards the middle. Fielded on a hop by Dansby Swanson, and they'll throw over to first in plenty of time for out number 3. Phillies were able to have Taijuan Walker pitch a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first, and Justin Steele for the Cubs pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. Scoreless at the bank. Alrighty. Got 16 people on here. I hope you're all doing well. And I hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon. That's pretty nice. For some reason, this thing stops charging, and I don't know why. It's a little bit odd. Suzuki will be leading off for the Cubs as we go to the top of the second inning. Once again, I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you also haven't done so every day when we do a Phillies game, we always put up a poll, okay? And today's poll is, who do you think out of all the people, or out of all the combos that there are out there, who is gonna, or which combo is gonna have the best defensive play of the game? There we go. First time in live, thank you for the play-by-play. Baseball can be hard to catch without the MLB package. Lane Elliott, man, thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. We go live for pretty much almost every single Phillies game. The only time we're not going to be on for a series is going to be this weekend because I'm going to Maryland, so I will not be able to cast any game this weekend, unfortunately. But other than that, we'll be on for pretty much every single series, and we'll try to do as many games as possible. All right, Taijuan Walker on the bump for the Phils. As we go back to the top of the second inning, Suzuki up at the plate. The first pitch is taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Suzuki hitting .286 this season, is 5 homers and 17 RBI. The 0-1 taken way up high for a ball. Suzuki had 2 hits in the first game where the Cubs were able to win by a score of 10-1. As the 1-1 pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike. But in last night's game, Suzuki himself went over 3. 1-2, fouled back. On deck is Mike Tauchman, center fielder for the Chicago Cubs. The pitch, a splitter that was inside at 87 miles per hour. The 2-2. Fly ball out towards the right field side, and that'll go out of play. 22 pitches by Walker so far. Only went 2/3 of an inning his last time out against the Giants. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3, a 92-mile-per-hour sinking fastball. It caught the edge of the plate, and Suzuki is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Taijuan Walker. It's also back-to-back backwards Ks. Like Tauchman up, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. So he's been hitting the corners so far, which is good, and the splitter has been pretty much located at the right spot, as that splitter, according to Las Diaz, was called a strike on the outside corner at the knees. We'll take it was a little bit low. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, not by much, and a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tauchman hitting .232 this season. Pitch. Down low and inside for ball 2. 27 pitches so far by Taijuan Walker. 19 of them have been strikes. The pitch that's slapped foul down the third base line. On deck is Christopher Morel, and Matt Mervis waits in the hole. Tauchman got the call up during the week for Cody Bellinger, who went on the injured list. 2-2 pitch, line foul down the third base line. Bellinger was actually robbed Kyle Tucker on a grand slam when they were playing against the Astros, and he banged into the wall and went on the injured list because of that. 2-2 pitch. It's outside and high for ball 3. Cubs overall this season have a 20-25 record. Coming into the series, they lost 6 out of their last 7 games. 3-2 pitch. Down low for ball 4, and Mike Tauchman is able to get on with a walk. That is the first base runner that gets aboard in this game. There's Christopher Morel, who's on an 11-game hitting streak. He's been incredible throughout this series. He's homered in 2 straight games. He was batting 9th in yesterday's game. The first pitch is swung on and missed. In the game before that, he was still batting in the bottom of the order. He's the first Cub in team history since 1901 with 7 homers in his first 10 games. The 0-1 popped up. It's fouled back towards the home plate side, but it'll find the seats. He has been really showing off that power as he hit one right towards the alleyway last night, and it got on out of here. What's up, King Darius? Thanks for coming on here, dude. Appreciate it. What a game so far. No balls, 2 strikes. Tauchman over at first base in the top of the second, 1 out. Walker gets the signs, the pitch. It's in the dirt for a ball. JT's going to throw back over to first base, and it's not in time. The ball actually bounced right in front of him, and JT took off the mask really quickly, and Tauchman just got back in there safely over to first base. Bohm tried to apply the tag, and let's see. I think he's out. He's out. What a bang play by JT Realmuto. Rob Thompson should definitely challenge this. Las Diaz is going over with Mike Estabrook, the first base umpire. He's going over there, and the Phillies will challenge this. This should be an easy out. I think that Estabrook, it looked like he had a really good view of this, but let's see. Yeah, he was like, he had a perfect view of this. He was right in front of the play. So the pitch was down low. JT fielded it cleanly as the ball bounced in front of him, and he threw a dart over to first base. Bohm certainly applied the tag, and once the call is overturned, it should be 2 outs, nobody on, and a 1-2 count to Christopher Morel. Las Diaz confirms the call. It's overturned, and so Tauchman is out over at first base. That was a really great throw by JT Realmuto. Just a great heads-up play. And it's a 1-2 count to Christopher Morel with nobody on. 2 outs. Walker gets the signs, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Morel strikes out, and that's out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless at the bank. That was a really good play by JT, man. Time for a sip of coffee. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome day. And, yeah, we got 13 people on here. Feel free to come on in the chat and comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are about this game. I think it's been a good game for the Phillies so far. All right, the iPad's at 42%. It was at 5%, and now it's up to 42%. And I think that that's been in the span of, like, what, an hour or so? I know it wasn't here in the beginning, but can I get like a brief recap of the first 2 innings? Yeah, it's basically just been, it was a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first, okay? In the bottom of the first, it was a 1-2-3 inning as well. And then we're now in the bottom of the second inning. So Suzuki just struck out looking. Mike Tauchman got on with a walk, but then was picked off on a really good throw by JT Realmuto behind the plate, and Tauchman did not get back in time to first base as the ball was bounced right in front of JT, and he threw a really good throw over to first base. And then Christopher Morel struck out. So Taijuan Walker's on the bump for the Phillies. He only went 2/3 of an inning his last time out, which was on Wednesday against the Giants. Justin Steele is on the mound for the Cubs, and he's been pitching really well. He has a 6-1 record along with a 2.4 ERA. So, Phillies will have JT come up to lead off the bottom of the second inning. So Turner struck out, Castellanos grounded out to second, and Harper grounded out to shortstop. JT with the 1-0. It's fouled all the way down the left field line. And they'll find the seats. I think that the broadcast booth just got salt pretzels. And some other food. Wow. 1-1 pitch. Fouled down the third base line. Man, look at all these. I wonder what that's from. Donations from something. I don't know. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It was a high fastball at 94 miles per hour. And there's 2 strikeouts by Justin Steele. He was able to strike out Turner. And he strikes out JT. Kyle Schwarber, who hit a grand slam in yesterday's game, is due up at the plate. Gave the Phillies their first 4 runs. They actually scored 6 runs in that inning. First pitch is up high and inside for a ball. The other 2 runs came from a 2-run homer by Kody Clemens. Schwarber hitting 176 on the season as the next pitch is taken for a ball. It was up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Steele gets the signs, and the pitch is fouled back behind the plate. It is a sunny afternoon, 71 degrees in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. Two 1 pitch, laid off. There's Pete. Looks like he's having fun. It's good to see him out there. 3-1 pitch. Oh, man, that was outside and high, but not according to Las Diaz. So it's a full count. Schwarber wearing his sunglasses. He's actually 7th in the National League in walk percentage. Ian Happ is actually 5th on that list, right behind Lars Nootbaar. Payoff pitch, just fouled off as Schwarber got a piece of it off the end of the bat. So it's a full count to Kyle Schwarber. On deck is Alec Boehm. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning, and we were scoreless. Pitch. It hit Kyle Schwarber on the elbow. It was a 94-mile-per-hour sinker. And Schwarber gets on. Would have been ball 4 anyways. Thank goodness he had an elbow guard on. So there is the Phillies' first base runner of the afternoon. Yikes. Actually hit him right above the elbow guard. That's not comfy. Boehm hitting .263 this season. It's 5 homers and comes into today's 7th in baseball in RBIs with 32. First pitch, and Boehm will foul that one off of his left foot and steps out of the batter's box, and it hit his big toe, and he's hobbling a little bit as he walks around home plate and will come back into the batter's box. Lots of noise from the fans. He has an OBP of 324. Schwarber takes a leadoff over at first. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a 92-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. It was up high, but I think it would have been called a strike regardless. Edmundo Sosa waits on deck. He had the infield RBI single to give the Phillies a 6-0 lead. Or 7-0 lead. Sorry. The 0-2. Fouled back. That was in yesterday afternoon's game. Well, there's Ruben Amaro. It's just over at the desk for NBC Sports Philadelphia, and he's at the game. Bohm shoots that one out into right field. It drops in for a base hit. Kyle Schwarber round second, and he will stay put over there. So Schwarber gets on with one out on a hit by pitch, and Bohm serves that one out into right field and gets himself an opposite field single. And Janice, what's going on? Thanks for coming on here, as always. I love you. That was a fastball right down the middle. Bohm was able to take it the opposite way. And here's Edmundo Sosa, who will take a look at the first pitch for a called strike. No balls, one strike, 3 homers, 11 RBI on the season for Edmundo Sosa. Schwarber takes a leadoff at second, and the 0-1. Oh, man, he took a look at that pitch, too. It was right down the middle. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on for the Phillies. Bottom of the second, 1 out. Steele with the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, high hopper over to third base. Fielded cleanly, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. Nice play by Miles Mastroboni, who had to field it really quickly and was not able to throw it over to second base. There wouldn't have been a play. But that is a ground out, and there's 2 outs. But the runners do go to second and third, so Schwarber's now at third, and Bohm is over at second base. And Josh Harrison comes up. First pitch. It's lined out to right field, but it's fouled off. So Steele in a little bit of a jam. He has 36 pitches so far today. Josh Harrison, the former Detroit Tiger, and Pittsburgh Pirate himself up at the plate. The 0-1, taken way up high. Good job by Tucker Barnhart to get up really quickly. Make sure that that one didn't go behind him. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive out to right field again, and that is fouled off of the net. Harrison hitting .200 this season. Last night's game, he came in to pinch hit and got himself an RBI on the sacrifice fly. 1-2 pitch, ground ball over to shortstop. This should do it, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. No runs, 2 men left, and they were both in scoring position as we go to the top of the third. Phillies and Cubs scoreless. That was a golden opportunity right there. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well if you're watching me on YouTube. The goal is to get to 400 subscribers today. We're almost there. We're 5 subscribers away. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, now is the perfect time to do it while we're on a break. And, yeah, we got to reach our goal. So take this time, as we have a little bit of free time, to make sure that you subscribe. Also, go follow JJ on all the social media platforms out there as well. The link tree is listed down. It actually should be at the very top of the comment section. It's pinned. So if you haven't followed JJ on all of the social media platforms, please make sure that you go do that too. What else? What else do we got? We got 18 lovely people on here. It's nice. And if you just subscribe to my channel, don't forget to shout yourself out. So, because I don't always get the notifications on my phone, for some reason, it doesn't even show up on YouTube. I guess YouTube doesn't recognize it all the time. So if you just subscribe to my channel, make sure that you shout yourself out too, and then I'll give you a shout out. So the Phillies, they sent 5 men up to the plate in the bottom of the second inning, but were not able to get a run home. They only left 3 runners on base in the first game. And last night, with runners in scoring position, they did really well, as they were able to manufacture 12 runs. So Miles Mastrobuoni will be leading things off. As we go to the top of the third, it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Cubs. First pitch, curveball, that's fouled off. Walker out there on the bump for his 3rd inning of work. Looks pretty good out there so far, but don't want to jinx it. The 0-1. High hopper over to second base. Fielded cleanly by Harrison. The throw over to first is in plenty of time, and Matt Mervis is retired. Good play by Josh Harrison to just come over to home plate, take his time, and just throw it over to first as soon as he got it. Took his time to field it. Miles Mastrobuoni is up. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Up high for a ball. So Mastrobuoni came on in the first game to pinch hit and play over at first base for Trey Mancini, as the 1-1 pitch is taken down low for ball 2. And then, in yesterday's game, Mastrobuoni was over at shortstop and came in the pinch hit for Nico Horner. He rips that one out to center field. On the run is Dalton Guthrie as he goes over to his right. He gets underneath it and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out. That's the 2nd flyout recorded by Taijuan Walker. And Tucker Barnhart will come up. 2 outs, nobody on. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Man, Walker's been really attacking the corners today, which is a really good sign. Was not able to do that in the last outing against the Giants. 9 out of his 9 first pitches have been strikes so far, as the next pitch was inside of the 1-1. Outside and high for ball 2. He's been keeping the ball down. The splitter has had a lot of good movement, and he's even been utilizing the curveball. 2-1 pitch, another splitter that was fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tucker Barnhart. Played a while for the Cincinnati Reds. He's batting on the left side, wearing his blue batting gloves. The pitch, way up high and outside. That will make the count full. On deck is Nico Horner, who's batting over 300 this season. 3-2 pitch, up high for ball 4, and that's the 2nd walk issued by Taijuan Walker. Wasn't too happy as he's shaking his head. That was not the pitch that he intended on throwing. But regardless, 2 outs and a runner now over at first base. Horner steps into the batter's box, and he'll take the first pitch on a cutter at 87 miles per hour for a called strike at the knees. Horner has a .401 slugging percentage and has 2 homers and 23 RBI. He went 0 for 3 in last night's game, as the 0-1 is swung on and missed on a splitter that was in the dirt. Horner did have a lot of RBI, though, in the previous game before yesterday. He had 5 RBI. The 0-2. Swinging another chopper over to shortstop to throw over to second base is in plenty of time for out number 3. And that goes down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. No runs, one man left. And we go to the bottom of the third as it is scoreless between the Cubs and the Phillies. Dalton Guthrie will lead things off when the Phillies return. Okay. Oh, man, 397. Oh, we're almost there, man. Kevin Rooney, thank you. I got that notification. Kevin Rooney, shout out to you, man. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Welcome on into the JJ family. It's an honor. Feels really, really good to have more people join. We got 18 lovely people on here. And if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do that. What was I going to say? So for the Phillies, they will have 9-1-2 up at the plate in the bottom of the third. Phillies are actually 12-8 at home on the season. Walker's been doing a good job. Where did I want to go from here? We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the scores. That's a good idea. All right, so the Phillies are going to the bottom of the third. The Nationals actually lead the Tigers 4-0. And that is in the top of the third inning. The Mariners and the Braves are tied 1-1 in the bottom of the third. The Diamondbacks are up 2-1 against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. And the Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead against the Orioles. The Brewers, they currently lead 1-0 in Tampa. Here's Dalton Guthrie, who will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the third. The first pitch, it looked like it was a little bit up high, but Les Diaz calls it a strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss. That time it was a sinker outside at 94 miles per hour. The Guardians and the Mets, they just got started not too long ago. That game is in the top of the third. It's scoreless. Royals and White Sox is scoreless as they're in the bottom of the first. A's and Astros in the bottom of the first, still scoreless too. And Dodgers and Cardinals in the top of the first. That game just got started. The 0-2. Fouled off. Rockies and Rangers, that game will start at 2:35. Then we have the West Coast games later on. The 0-2 pitch, a slider that was taken down low. So Marlins play the Giants at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Twins and the Angels, that game starts at 4:07. 1-2 pitch, ground ball, back up the middle, fielded cleanly by Nico Horner, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time to get Dalton Guthrie. So he will ground out over to second base, and there's one gone, and we flip the lineup card as Trey Turner comes back up. Forgot to also mention that the Red Sox and the Padres play at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time, and Guardians and the Mets will be playing their second game tonight. That was supposed to be the original game at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be on ESPN. Yankees and the Reds, that game just finished up, and the Yankees won 4-1. No balls, one strike as the first pitch was fouled off by Trey Turner. Turner struck out in the first. The 0-1. Flied out to right field, and it hooks foul. Justin Steele on the bump for the Cubs. He's pitched 2 scoreless innings so far. 2 1/3, technically speaking. The 0-2 pitch. Up high and inside for a ball. Turner struck out in this first at-bat. His batting average was at .256 coming into today. The pitch. Another swing and a miss, and Trey Turner strikes out for the second time today. It was on a pitch right down Broad Street. 2 gone in the bottom of the third. That curveball that he throws is just so deceiving. Two outs. Castellanos due up. And he'll take the first pitch up high and inside for a ball. They grounded out in the first inning. He's now hitting .297. 1-0 pitch. Lined out to left field. And they'll drop in for a base hit. And Nick Castellanos rounding first base, but he'll stay put over there. And he pumps the brakes. And gets on with a 2-out single. And that is the second hit today for the Phillies. Took a pitch that was right down the middle. And Bryce Harper is due up now. 50 pitches by Justin Steele. Harper gets a nice introduction from Dan Baker, the PA announcer for the Phillies. Also a Rowan alum. But at the time that he graduated, it was actually called Glassboro State College. First pitch, swing and a miss on a slider at 84 miles per hour. My film teacher back in, it wasn't actually my film teacher, but I went to a film camp at Camden County Community College. The 0-1 is fouled off. And my film teacher at the time for that camp did a documentary about Dan Baker. This was back in, what was this, 2012? 2012, I want to say. Yep, it was. The 0-2 pitch to Harper. Check swing. Did he go? The third base umpire says yes, he did. Eric Baker says that he went around, and that'll do it. No runs. 1 man left, and we go to the top of the fourth inning. As it is still scoreless. So my film teacher, okay, the one thing I have to get better at is figuring out when to talk and like when my spots should be for that, but that's a whole nother thing. So my film teacher did a little documentary about Dan Baker. He was my film teacher at the time for this camp that I went to at Camden County College. And he did a really awesome, 8-minute documentary. You can still go check it out. It's on YouTube. So he was able to do a really cool documentary. And actually, he now is one of the camera operators for the Phillies. And he got to be a part of the World Series run last year. My friend that actually went to Rowan actually works with him. And I texted him about a couple of months ago. He's a really good friend of mine. His name is Dylan Siddiqui, another former broadcasting partner of mine. And he works for the Phillies. And he was at work. And he said, he sent me a picture of this man that was right next to him. He says, "This guy wants to say hi to you." And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's my teacher, Mike." And I thought that was so cool in a small world that they actually now work together. But Mike was an awesome teacher. He also did a really good segment. It was on the Philly Fanatic. It's called The Philly Fanatic Saves the 4th of July. You should go check that out too. And that actually got nominated for a lot of awards and won a lot of awards at different film festivals. And they played it on the 4th of July when the Phillies were home. And it got so much praise. And it was really, really cool. It was very well done. So definitely go check that out. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. So that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. We're almost at 400 subscribers. Almost there. We need 3 more, and then we'll hit the 400 club. Dansby Swanson up at the plate, and he'll foul the first pitch off. So Swanson flew out in the first, and he homered in last night's game against Aaron Nola in the 6th inning. The 0-1. Fouled over towards the third base side. Excuse me. So Swanson, Happ, and Suzuki are due up for the Cubs. The 0-2 pitch. Taken down low. Taijuan Walker is out there for Another inning. We're in the top of the fourth. It's 1-2 strikes to Dansby Swanson, the former Atlanta Brave. Signed a really big contract with the Cubs. The pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Lots of shortstops were on the market during free agency this year between Trey Turner, Dansby Swanson, Xander Bogaerts, and Swanson ended up being the last big chip that ended up going to the Chicago Cubs. 1-2. Outside for ball 2. And Carlos Correa as well. Almost forgot about him. 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Correa originally signed with the Giants, and then he failed his medical. Then he tried to sign with the Mets. He failed his medical again. But he stayed in Minnesota. 3-2 pitch is served out to center field, and now drop in for a base hit, and Dansby Swanson continues to stay hot against the Phillies. And that is how we start off the top of the fourth. Ian Happ struck out in the first inning. He's hitting .294 on the season. He's up at the plate. The first pitch he sees is a curveball that's down low. So it's 1 ball, no strikes to Ian Happ. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Walker throws back over to first. It's not in time. Bohm tried to apply the tag, but Swanson got back in there safely. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, fouled back towards the screen. Dansby Swanson has 4 stolen bases on the season. He's actually tied with Ian Happ, who has 4 also. But the guy that leads the team in stolen bases for the Cubs is Nico Horner, and he has 12. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch way outside and high for ball 2. So Walker has 60 pitches so far. He threw 16 in the first, 19 in the second, 15 in the third, and so far 10 here in the fourth, and he hasn't gotten an out yet. Swanson over at first, nobody out, and the 2-1 pitch to Happ is fouled back towards the screen. Another sold-out crowd at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies are 21-24 coming into today. It's been a season of streaks for them. Throw back over to first is just in time to get Dansby Swanson by Taijuan Walker. And that is the second time today that the Phillies have been able to pick off a runner. And now David Ross is thinking about whether or not he should challenge this. Let's see here. Bohm made the tag. And, I don't know. This could be really close. So Taijuan Walker looked back over to first base. Now Bohm applied the tag, and Swanson is out. I don't think that they are going to review this. There's a pop-up over to third base, towards the third base side in foul territory. Sosa will make the catch. It actually would have been a fair ball. And that is 2 outs now. So Swanson got on with a single and then was picked off by Taijuan Walker. And then on the 2-2 pitch, Ian Happ just popped out over towards the third base side. So there's 2 outs now in the top of the fourth, and that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. And he'll line that one out into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. And Suzuki is able to get on with a single. Thank goodness that Walker was able to get Dansby Swanson out over at first base. because then there'd be runners at first and second with one out. Suzuki is aboard over at first. 2 outs. Mike Tauchman is due up at the plate now for the Cubs. First pitch is outside for a ball. Tauchman walked and then was picked off by JT Realmuto as he tried to go back to first base, and JT made a beautiful throw. 1-0. A splitter that was swung on and missed for a strike. One ball, one strike. Walker throws back over to first, and that time it's not in time, and Suzuki's able to get back in there safely. So Mike Tauchman, he played for the Rockies, the Yankees, and the Giants. And after the Giants let him go in 2021, he went to the KBO. The 1-0. Grounded over to second base. Gobbled up by Josh Harrison, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. So no runs. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th as we are still scoreless at the bank. All right, let's take a sip of coffee. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. Two excellent base running teams. Yeah. I hope I did a good job on the play-by-play description with the pickoff. I was kind of thrown off by it, I thought, but you move on and you learn. So, but hopefully that was at least somewhat pleasing to the ear. If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure that you like, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell icon. Chat's been a little bit quiet today. Don't forget that you guys can totally come on here and ask questions and, talk about the game too. Totally do that. Don't be afraid. If you are afraid. Got 15 people on here. Nice. Also, don't forget to like. Smash the like button because we want more and more people to join. Jaden, you just subscribed? I thought you subscribed to me before. I'll give you a shout out, though. Shout out to Jaden. Jaden's the man. Totally adequate. Thanks, Larry. Thank you. All right, JT, we'll lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Phils in the first pitch. On the upper third part of the strike zone for a called strike. JT has 3 homers, 17 RBI. The 0-1 is swung on and missed for another strike. JT was one of the only bright spots for the Phillies in the first game of this series. And then had a cold day yesterday. He actually popped out with the bases loaded right before Kyle Schwarber came up. That would be the first out of the inning, but he was hitless in yesterday's game. The 0-2, down low for a ball. So Justin Steele back out there for his 4th inning of work. He has 56 pitches so far. Steele's been really good on the bump. 1-2, swing and a miss on a slider that was down low. It was on actually the lower part of the strike zone. And there is another strikeout. So that's the 5th strikeout of the day by Justin Steele. And there is one gone. JT is struck out for the 2nd time today. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber is swung on and foul tipped into the glove for a strike. Schwarber got on with a hit by pitch. He has 11 homers, 23 RBI, and hit a grand slam last night against his former team. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Schwarber won a World Series with the Cubs back in 2016. He also won one with the Red Sox as well. The 0-2. Just taking that to just below the knees for a ball. And with the Nationals, too. Almost forgot about that. 1-2 pitch. Sliced foul down the third base line. Yeah, he's good. He's really, really good. One ball, two strikes. The pitch, it's popped up in foul territory, and it will find the seats about 6 rows behind the visitors' dugout. Steele so far in 3 1/3 of an inning has only allowed 2 hits, no walks, and he has 5 strikeouts on 62 pitches. Pitch, swing and a miss on a slider that was low and away and out of the strike zone. And that is now 6 strikeouts for Justin Steele. Back-to-back strikeouts. Actually, technically speaking, it's back-to-back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the end of the 3rd inning. 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Alec Bohm, and he will foul the first pitch off as it goes towards the first base side. Bohm hitting .268, has 5 homers, 32 RBI. He's singled back in the 2nd. Snowman. What's up, Snowman? Thanks for coming on here. The 0-1. Way up high for a ball. If you guys have not done so already, please go subscribe to Snowman Multimedia. Please, please, please. Awesome shows. Awesome content. The 1-1. It's fouled back. He's also been doing some more play-by-play for baseball. I encouraged him to do it. I encouraged him. That's what we do on here. We pick people up and we network and we build relationships and family with people on here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball out to shallow center field and making the sliding catch out in center field to get the 3rd out is Mike Tauchman. And Bohm was, I don't know what was going on at home plate, but there was something that he didn't like, and he didn't really get out of the batter's box quickly, so he was still focused on that. But nonetheless, it's a 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the top of the 5th as we are still scoreless at Citizens Bank Park. So he flies out to center field. Tauchman made a really good catch. I don't think I gave that play justice. That was really nice. I love you for encouraging me, brother. Yeah, man. Love you too. Goes both ways. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel too. Also, make sure that you go subscribe to Snowman Multimedia, please. And yeah. All right, so we go to the top of the 5th inning. Christopher Morel will be leading things off. Matt Mervis will be on deck, and Miles Mastroboni is going to be in the hole. We're almost at 400, man. Almost at 400. So please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And let's get more people to join the JJ family. We're almost at the 400 mark. Literally almost there. I can smell it. Hopefully we can get there today. And also, I wanted to also say, if you guys know other people that would love my content, or other people, you have friends or other people that like love the Phillies, love the Patriots, love the Flyers, love the Sixers, spread the word. Definitely spread the word, spread the love, and let's get more and more people to come. Nationals now lead 6-1 in the bottom of the third against the Tigers. The Braves are actually up 2-1 against the Seattle Mariners. That's in the bottom of the fifth. The Nationals game's in the bottom of the third. Diamondbacks and Pirates. Well, the Diamondbacks are winning 2-1 in the top of the fifth. It's the bottom of the fourth inning in Tampa as the Brewers are winning 3-0 against the Rays. And then the Guardians and the Mets, the first game of that is still scoreless. I think that Alec Boehm tried to call time, and that's why he was complaining a little bit. Hello, Jacqueline. What's up? I'm doing good. How are you? Good to see you on here. All right, Matt Mervis is due up. As there's one out. Christopher Morel got out. I didn't see what happened because they were a little bit late. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to second base, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 2. So let's see what happened to Morel because I'm really, really curious. So let's go to here. So Morel popped out to second base. And Mervis grounded out to second base. First pitch to Miles Mastroboni is taken for a called strike. 2 outs. Nobody on in the top of the fifth. Pitch. It's taken down low for a ball. It's a 1-1 count. About them Florida Panthers. Yeah, I know. Claude Drew. Oof. 1-1. It's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. I know. Panthers have been crazy. 1-2. It's up high and outside for a ball. So Walker getting ready to throw his 75th pitch on the afternoon. He only went 2/3 of an inning his last time out for the Phillies. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Harrison fields it cleanly, gobbles it up, throws over to first in plenty of time. And there's another 1-2-3 inning by Taijuan Walker as he gets a little standing ovation. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies and Cubs still scoreless in Game 3 of this set. Oh, boy. 14 people. Nice. There we go. Let's take another sip of coffee. I think after the next inning, we'll take a quick step off. Why is the scoreboard acting up again? Okay, nice. Time is it 2:45. It's already 2:45. It is a good start for Taiwan. They needed this. And we didn't know if we were going to get this, but he's keeping you in the game. And you can't ask for anything much else. So Sosa will lead things off for the Phillies in the bottom of the fifth inning. He's the third baseman. He grounded out over to third his first time up, which was back in the bottom of the second inning. Justin Steele back out on the bump, and the first pitch is fouled off by Edmundo Sosa. So Sosa had 3 hits last night, including an infield RBI single that would put the Phillies up 7-0. The 0-1. Hit out to center field, and it's actually caught over at second base by Nico Horner. It had a chance of going out to center field, but a little pop-up, and there's one gone. Sometimes it's hard to tell with when you're watching it like on the camera if a pitch is going to go out to center field or not, because you're just so reliant on the camera angles that they're giving you on the screen. You can't see what's going on off the screen. Here's Josh Harrison. The first pitch is taken for a ball. The next one popped up again, this time in foul territory towards the first base side, and Mervis could not get there in time as it almost went towards the rail. Thanks, Jacqueline. Harrison hitting just a little bit underneath the Mendoza line at 196 is a home run and 6 RBI. The 1-1 swing and a miss on a fastball at 94 miles per hour. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dalton Guthrie does wait on deck for the Phillies. 1 out and the 1-2 outside for ball 2. Harrison did ground out to shortstop his last time up. The pitch. Ground ball over to third base. Backhanded by Mastroboni, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Miles Mastroboni, who's been utilized throughout pretty much every spot of the infield throughout the series except for over at second base. That's why. He's able to get the second out recorded. That'll bring Dalton Guthrie up to the plate. Guthrie will hit that one out towards left field, and it will split the gap and go all the way towards the W.B. Mason sign. Guthrie is going to go over to second base, and he gets on with a 2-out double. That is the first extra base hit today by the Phillies, and it comes with 2 outs. He was able to get that one towards the gap, and it hit the warning track first before it bounced off of the W.B. Mason sign out in left center field. A pitch right down the middle, and Justin Steele kept that fastball elevated. Guthrie got on with a 2-out double. And boy, Trey Turner's up. He's struck out twice today. Let's see if he can change that. There's a ground ball over to third base. It's a hot shot, and throw over to first by Mastroboni's in plenty of time for out number 3. Another rally killer. And the Phillies are able to leave another runner in scoring position. No runs, 1 man left. And we go to the top of the 6th. It is still a 0-0 ball game. Man, he had a big opportunity of coming up clutch with that. But he wasn't able to do so. As I like to say, Trey Turner so far is having the Nick Castellanos 2022 syndrome, as I like to call it, because Castellanos was a big free agent signing for the Phillies last year, and he did not live up to expectations and got off to a very slow start. Well, that's how it's been for Trey Turner. So, oh boy. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off and get up and stretch, but I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. King Darius. I think it's hard. It's just hard to adjust to Philadelphia in the fans. You're not wrong. It's been tough for the city of Philadelphia when it comes to sports over the last couple of weeks. Between the Sixers, not doing such a good job to try to accomplish the mission of going to the finals. They couldn't make it out of the second round, and the Phillies have been in a slump prior to yesterday's game. Tucker Barnhart up at the plate for the Cubs. It's 9-1-2, and it's a no-ball, 2-strike count as the first and second pitches were fouled off. Taijuan Walker with 77 pitches as he enters into the sixth inning. The 0-2. Oh man, that was just a little bit down low. Thought it painted the corner, but it did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Walker gets set, lines up, and delivers the 1-2. It's up high. Sir Anthony Dominguez is warming up in the bullpen now for the Phillies. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out to left field. Schwarber on the run. He stops and he'll make the catch. He had to go over towards his left side. Not too many steps, but he got underneath it and he'll make the catch. And there's one gone. If you just subscribed to my channel, don't forget to shout yourself out. We're on our way to 400. I see that now we're at 398, which is awesome. First pitch to Nico Hoerner is taken down low for a ball. Actually, I may have gotten that notification. Nope, I did not. Thought maybe I did. So Barnhart. Oh, man. I screwed up again. I tend to do this now where as the pitch was taken down low for ball 2, I tend to go to the wrong inning when I'm keeping score. That's like the second straight day I've done that for a team. 2-0. It's taken down low for a ball. All right, so Barnhart flew out to left field. And the 3-0 pitch. It's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. The 3-1 pitch, grounded foul. So Hoerner is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to third base and also grounded out to shortstop. Payoff pitch. There's a line drive out to left field. This one has a chance of getting on out of here, and it just stays foul. It actually went over towards the left field side, and it was a screamer that was hit out to left field, and thankfully it did because that would have at least been a double. Why do I hate the fourth inning? I didn't say I hated the fourth inning. Did I say I hated the fourth inning? I don't think I did. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch inside and high for ball 4. And Walker, well, he issues his third walk on the day. And Hoerner gets aboard for the first time. So Rob Thompson's going to come out, and that's going to be it for Taijuan Walker. As Sir Anthony Dominguez was warming up in the bullpen, he has 87 pitches, and the reason why is because he went 2/3 of an inning, and they didn't want to overdo it. He went 2/3 of an inning on Wednesday and threw 40 pitches, but he looked really good today. So they're going to get Sir Anthony Dominguez to come in, and we have a pitching change. We have a pitching change. All right, so who is up at the plate now? Dansby Swanson. Okay. Where is it? There we go. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. Let's see. Tim, thanks for coming on here, Tim. I really appreciate it. Tim, you're the best. I'm born and raised in Philly, live in Los Angeles now. Family's still in Philly. It's great to see someone doing Phillies games since it's hard to watch it out here. I appreciate you. Yeah, well, I appreciate you for coming on here and for finding me. I really do appreciate that. We go on for almost every single Phillies game, so we've been trying to be very consistent. The only time that we're not going to be able to do any Phillies game for a series will be this weekend, because I will not be able to do that because I'm filming a tournament actually, a weekend tournament out in Maryland. So I won't be doing that. But other than that, we're at least going to try to be on here as much as possible. And yeah, so make sure that you join and like and subscribe. We also just finished the Sixers season. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and I graduated from Rowan University last year, called games for minor league baseball for the Wilmington Blue Rocks, and for the Delaware Bluecoats, who are the NBA G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. So, just trying to get the reps, and call games for the teams that I love. Sir Anthony Dominguez comes in, and the first pitch is a slider that was down low, but it was swung on and missed by Dansby Swanson. Swanson in his career versus Dominguez is 0 for 4, and he struck out once. All with the Atlanta Braves. Throw back over to first. It ends up getting away from Alec Bowman, going over to second base, and trying to get in there safely, and will do so, is Nico Hoerner. So the throw actually got away from Alec Boehm. He had to go over out in the right field to get it, and Hoerner was able to take advantage of that and advanced right on over to second base. Throw was a little bit low by Sir Anthony Dominguez, and actually ended up hitting, or it bounced first, and then it hit the back of Nico Hoerner. So Hoerner's now over at second base. That gets rid of the double play depth, and the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Alrighty. So, nothing that they're going to count as they counted as an error. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hoerner over at second base. We are still scoreless here in the top of the 6th inning. Cubs up at the plate. It's Dansby Swanson. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch by Sir Anthony. Down low and outside for a ball. A slider at 91 miles per hour. We'll get to Sir Anthony's stats in just a few moments. And Taijuan Walker's line as well. The 1-2 pitch. Another pitch that was laid off by Dansby Swanson, as it was a slider that was down low. That makes the count 2-2. Big pitch coming up here. Dominguez looks back, or glances back over at second base to keep Hoerner in check. Gets his glove ready, winds up, and delivers the 2-2. Fouled right off of the foot of Dansby Swanson. It was a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. So Sir Anthony Dominguez has pitched in 21 games this season, and in 18 1/3 of an inning, he has allowed 8 earned runs. He has 19 strikeouts, and he started off the season a little bit shaky, but he's been a lot better since the very beginning of May. 2-2 pitch. Another ground ball that is fouled towards the third base dugout, and it lands up onto the tarp. Phillies had the tarp out after last night's game was done, and then they took it off at about 3 o'clock yesterday, right before the 4:05 start. Thankfully, it didn't rain during the game. 2-2 pitch. Just a hair down low. A 99-mile-per-hour fastball, and that makes it a full count to Dansby Swanson. I think it just caught the corner, but would have been an ump's call. 3-2. Foul back again. Swanson putting up a good battle in this at-bat. Remember, over at second base is Nico Horner. 1 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Swanson in this scoreless Sunday afternoon game. The 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4, and Swanson gets on with a walk. They do appeal on the check swing, and it was appealed no swing by Mike Estabrook. Didn't think that he went regardless, but that puts runners over at first and second. Back-to-back walks issued by the Phillies pitching. Ian Happ comes up. He's 0 for 2 in his career versus Sir Anthony Dominguez, but has gotten on base once due to a walk. Happ struck out looking in the first and popped out over towards third base. The first pitch is, oh man, that was outside, but not according to Las Diaz. He calls it a strike, and Sir Anthony gets the call. Happ looking a little confused over at Las Diaz. Shakes it off and gets back into the batter's box. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Dominguez gets set, winds up in the 0-1. Popped up towards shallow left field. Schwarber on the run. Stops, goes over to his right, and will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Time it was a fastball thrown by Sir Anthony Dominguez, and ended up being a really good pitch as Happ was late on it. And there's 2 gone. Phillies trying to get out of a jam here. Seiya Suzuki is up at the plate now. The pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 98 miles per hour. Suzuki's 1 for 2 today. He went hitless yesterday, but had 2 hits in the game before that. The 0-1. Good stop by JT Realmuto as it was a slider that was way outside and low. And he had to backhand it. If that one would have gotten away from him, there'd be 2 runners in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike to Suzuki. 2 outs. Runners over at first and second in the top of the 6th. And the pitch. Outside, a slider at 91 miles per hour. Phillies wearing their Memorial Day weekend hats. 2-1 pitch. Taken right down the pipe for a strike. A 98 mile per hour fastball. And I'm really shocked that Suzuki let that one go by. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lots of 2s on the board. 2 runners on for the Cubs. In the top of the 6th, then the pitch. Swing and a miss. It was actually a foul tip into the glove for strike 3 on a slider at 93 miles per hour. And we go to the bottom of the 6th as the Phillies get out of a really big jam. We are still scoreless at Citizens Bank Park. And the Phillies will be right back. Wow. Good. All right. 21 people on here. Wow. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well. We come on here and we do almost every single Phillies game. We also do Flyers content and Patriots content and Sixers as well. Just finished up the Sixers season. So they lost in the second round to the Boston Celtics, and the Celtics are actually down in their series against the Miami Heat 2-0. So, but yes. All right. You know, I haven't really gotten to any of these stories today, and I probably will. Maybe we'll do that as we go to the bottom of the 6th. But yeah, we're almost at the 400 mark, man. We need 2 more subscribers to hit 400. And I think we can get there. I really do. I would love to see us get 400 people as members of the Play-by-Play with JJ family. And if you guys are tuning in on Twitch, on Twitter, or on any of the other social media platforms that are out there, don't forget to leave me a review in my profile down below. And, you know, make sure that you follow. on all the socials. The links to all my social medias, too, are also pinned at the top of the YouTube chat for this live stream on LINKTREE. I always get confused between LinkedIn and LINKTREE. I do have LinkedIn. That is also linked in the LINKTREE. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Nick Castellanos due up at the plate. Justin Steele has 77 pitches so far. The 1-0 pitch to Castellanos, as I bite my tongue, is outside for ball 2. Oh, man, that's tough. I don't think I've ever had to call a game with a bit tongue. Oh, man, that's tough. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Ugh. Stings. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Castellanos is taken up high and outside for a ball. So I was looking at some facts, on this day in MLB history. As the 3-1 pitch is swung on a miss for a strike. I found some interesting things that I didn't realize actually happened on this day. Payoff pitch to Castellanos, swinging a line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Castellanos is going to go for 2. It's fielded on a couple of hops, and Ian Happ was able to get over there, but Nick Castellanos gets on with a leadoff double and gets the thumbs up from Brandon Marsh. That was a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and Castellanos puts himself in scoring position, and there's nobody out, and maybe the Phillies can play some small ball and try to get him over to third base, and then maybe get a sac fly with 1 out. That'd be really nice. Barnhart's going to go out there to talk to his pitcher, Justin Steele. That's the 2nd extra base hit that he has allowed. And that is how we start off the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Bryce Harper. 82 pitches by Steele so far. 59 of them have been strikes. He's been in cruise control this whole season. Harper, check swing. Did he go? The appeal, no swing, says the third base umpire, Eric Backus. So it's 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Harper. Castellanos is over at second base. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies against the Cubs. And Harper just gets underneath that one as he hits it out to right field. Suzuki gets underneath it and he'll make the catch. Castellanos will tag up, and he's going to go to third, and he is out at third base. Suzuki was able to make a really good throw, and Castellanos really tried to be aggressive, and the throw was a beautiful throw by Suzuki, and the tag was applied over at third base by Miles Mastrobuoni, and that is going to be ruled as a 9-5 double play. I mean, the ball wasn't hit too deep either, so Suzuki just made a really good throw, but Nick Castellanos doesn't really have too much speed, but I can understand what he was trying to do there, but Suzuki really just had a beautiful throw that was right on the money. It took a couple of bounces right in front of Miles Mastrobuoni, and he fielded it, and there's 2 outs, nobody on. And it's now 2 balls, no strikes to JT Realmuto. As the first 2 pitches were down low. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the pitch grounded foul down the third base line. Oh, man. So a 9-5 double play hit by Bryce Harper. 2-1. It's taken on the upper third part of the strike zone for a called strike. I still like the aggression, too. Yeah. It was a tie game, so why not? 2-2 pitch. Oh, man, that was on the outside corner, but Las Diaz calls it a ball. That is literally a gift to JT. Full count. Nobody on. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Realmuto is down low for ball 4. And man, Justin Steele not happy as he did not get the call. 2 outs, and now a runner over at first base. And that will bring up Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber today is 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch in the second inning and struck out in the fourth. And now David Ross is going to come out there and they're going to keep him in? I think that they are. Estrada's now warming up in the bullpen. Jeremiah Estrada, that is, for the Chicago Cubs. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning, 2 outs, and they're showing the replay of the strike 3 that should have been called. But that was definitely, without a doubt, a strike. See if the Phillies can try to take advantage of that. 90 pitches by Steele so far, as we're in the bottom of the sixth. Schwarber comes up next for the Phillies. Steps into the batter's box with his sunglasses on. The first pitch is taken up high for a ball. So as I was trying to say, on this day in MLB history, it was back in 1968, the Cubs actually climbed over the 500 mark for the first time in the season with a 6-5 win over the Phillies. The 1-0 is taken outside for ball 2. Billy Williams actually set the record for outfielders by playing in his 695th straight game for the Cubs. That all happened in that game. The 2-0. It's taken for a called strike. And Kody Clemens, well, his father, Roger Clemens, became the 94th pitcher to win 200 games with a 4-1 win over the Yankees. And that was on this day in 1997. 2-1 pitch. Grounded over to second base, fielded on a couple of hops, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. So the Phillies, they get a hit, and they leave one man left. And we go to the top of the 7th inning as we are still scoreless. It's still 0-0. Cubs coming back up to bat. Got to do better on the closeouts, but whatever. But yeah, so Clemens became the 94th pitcher on this day back in 1997 to win 200 games. And he would end up winning his 4th Cy Young. He was 34 at the time, playing for the Toronto Blue Jays. So, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icon as well, so that way you know when I upload or when I go live. We're almost at 400, man. Now's the perfect time, if you haven't done so already, to make sure that you like and subscribe. We're almost there. We are almost there. Just like the Princess and the Frog song. Got 25 people on here, and also if you subscribe to my channel, I will definitely make sure that I give you a shout out for sure. As long as you shout yourself out, because I don't always get the notifications. YouTube doesn't always tell me who just subscribed to my channel, so. All right, we go to the top of the 7th inning. It's been a game of chess between the Phillies and the Cubs. Neither team has scored. Walker went 5 1/3 of an inning. He had 3 strikeouts, only allowed 2 hits, and pretty much did everything that you could ask for out of him today. And Matt Strom will come in to pitch the top of the 7th inning for the Phillies. He's pitched in 10 games this season, has 32 strikeouts, or has pitched in 32 innings, I should say, and his ERA has been really, really good. He has 45 strikeouts, and he's 3-3. He's only allowed 10 earned runs this season. Ugh, got an itchy nose. All right. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. It is still 0-0. And Mike Tauchman is due up at the plate as he will be leading things off for the Cubs. The first pitch by Strom is taken way outside for a ball. So Mike Tauchman got called up on May 19th when Cody Bellinger went on the injured list. He's been around the block for a little bit. The 1-0 is taken down low for a ball. Adbert Alzolay is warming up in the bullpen for the Cubs. That most likely means that Justin Steele's day is going to be done. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Tauchman is taken right at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike. So Tauchman, well, he's well known for robbing Albert Pujols on a walk-off home run, which was back on May 28th of 2021 when he was on the Giants. He was playing against the Dodgers. 2-1. It's taken outside for ball 3. It was a 5-5 game at the time. Pujols came up to the plate, and Tauchman robbed him on a home run, and the Giants would win that game 8-5 in the 10th inning. 3-1 is fouled back. And it's really funny because 11 days after that catch that he made, he hit his first grand slam, which was against the Rangers. And then 3 days after that, he made a really good catch that actually ended up robbing Juan Soto on a home run and helped Anthony DeSclafani get a 1-0 shutout against the Washington Nationals. I find that really coincidental. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, grounded foul over towards the third base side. It's fielded foul. One of my favorite former Chicago Cubs players was Derek Lee. I grew up watching him, and when first base was really packed, he was a lot of fun to watch. 3-2 pitch, up high for ball 4. And Mike Tauchman is able to get on with a walk. And that is how we start off the top of the 7th inning. So Strom issues a walk. Christopher Morel, he is 10 for 21 at Citizens Bank Park with 2 homers and 6 RBI. He's up now at the plate. He's homered in the first 2 games of this series for the Cubs. The first pitch is a breaking ball that it lands right at the knees for a called strike. Morel is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out and popped out, but he has 7 homers and 13 RBI for the Cubs. The 0-1 fouled back towards the screen. The main storyline for this whole entire series is that it's been one-sided games. But this game has been a game of cat and mouse and chess. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch that is hit out to left field, and thankfully it is fouled. So the count still remains at 0-2. Cubs won game 1 of this set on Friday night by a score of 10-1. The Phillies would then bounce back and knock the Cubs out by winning 12-3. We're in the top of the 7th. It is still scoreless at Citizens Bank Park. The 0-2 is fouled, or is just a little bit up high. A runner over at first base. That is Mike Tauchman. Matt Mervis waits on deck. Nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Strom gets set, winds up, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. A 94-mile-per-hour fastball that was on the upper third part of the strike zone. And Christopher Morel is retired for the 3rd time today. That's also the 2nd time that he has struck out. Great movement on the 4-seam fastball. And Morel was late on it. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 7th. Runner over at first base. Trey Mancini is going to come in to pinch hit. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. So he comes in to pinch hit for Matt Mervis, who ended up being 0 for 2 today. Mancini is 1 for 4 pinch hitting this season. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch by Strom. It's outside, and JT tried to throw it over to second base, but it just slipped out of his hand, and that's going to go down as a stolen base by Mike Tauchman. That gets rid of the double play ball. Pitch was way outside, and JT just could not grip the baseball, and I think he may have had a play if he would have handled it properly. Maybe not, though. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back towards the screen. Phillies need to figure out a way to win this thing. They do. A sold-out crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. Mancini is 1 for 5 in his career versus Matt Strom, and he's struck out 3 times. Mancini played for the Orioles and then was a World Series champion last year for the Astros. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, and it's foul. Goes right over towards the tarp. It was a big shot. But the ball girl just got over there. And the count still remains at 1-2. One-two pitch, fouled back towards the screen. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strom on the bump for the Phillies. He has 18 pitches so far today. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Tauchman over at second. The 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Another strikeout by Matt Strom. And Trey Mancini comes in to pinch hit, and he strikes out. Great movement on the fastball. Strom all fired up on the mound, and there's 2 gone. Nick Madrigal will come in to pinch hit now for Miles Mastrobuoni. Cubs realizing that this is a golden opportunity for them, and David Ross is not playing around. First pitch is fouled back towards the screen. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Mike Tauchman over at second base. He walked and then stole a base. Morel struck out. Mancini struck out. The 0-1 pitch to Madrigal is fouled back towards the backstop. We are scoreless here at Citizens Bank Park. 14 seconds left on the pitch clock. Tucker Barnhart waits on deck. Lots of suspense. Phillies in a little bit of a jam. The 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. And Madrigal will stay alive. Phillies were able to get Sir Anthony Dominguez to escape out of a jam in the 6th inning as back-to-back walks were issued between Walker and Sir Anthony. Now time is called. So Madrigal does step out of the batter's box, and we'll get back in there now. A runner over at second base. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. It's still scoreless, the 0-2. Fouled back once again. That's the 3rd straight foul ball. Mike Tauchman was rounding third base and has to go back to second base as he's getting his exercise. Madrigal played in third base last night. Strom takes a quick step off to look back over at second base to keep Tauchman in line. Here it is, the 0-2 pitch to Madrigal. There's a fly ball out to left center field. On the run is Guthrie, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. It was headed towards the alley, And that'll do it. Matt Strom gets out of a jam, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is stretch time at the bank as we are still scoreless. Beautiful day for baseball. Howdy, JJ. What is up, Houston? Thanks for coming on here, my guy. If you guys are brand new to my channel, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe as well, hit the notification bell icon. We have 398 subscribers here on YouTube, and we're almost at the 400 mark. So don't forget to subscribe. Take the time right now to go subscribe to Play by Play with JJ. We do every single Phillies game for the most part. We do Sixers basketball, we do Flyers hockey, and Patriots football as well. After this game is done, tonight we will come on and do a series recap. And if you just subscribed to my channel, also make sure that you shout yourself out. Oh man, we need one more to hit 400. One more. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much for coming on here. Shout yourself out. And welcome on in to the Play-by-Play with Jade. Oh, we hit 400. We did it. We joined the 400 club. Shout yourself out, you guys, man. More and more milestones, man. That is awesome. That is really awesome. We started this channel 5 months ago. Oh, my gosh. They're coming in like crazy. 403? What's going on? Houston to Dave. Oh, thank you, Dave. I appreciate it, man. I really do. You guys are awesome. Means a lot to me. Man, we just got 5 subscribers within 1 minute. That's crazy. We just hit the 400 mark. How about that? That is unbelievable. Just got to keep grinding. Got to keep grinding, you know. We are going to eventually implement some more things. I was thinking about at one point, trying to implement some sound effects, as I call it, and figure out if there's a way I can utilize my soundboard while I call the game, but we'll have to play around with that. But yes, oh man, I love you all so much. I can't believe we just hit the 400 mark. That's awesome. Okay. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Alec Bohm will be leading things off. There's Ruben Amaro and Michael Barkan. Man, that is awesome. Can't believe it. What was I gonna say? I'm speechless now. Now I'm speechless. All right. So they haven't resumed it yet. All right, let's make this full screen. Got 22 people on here. That's sick. So is a new pitcher coming in? Is Alzabay coming in for the Cubs? They haven't showed it yet. Don't know what's gonna happen. Huh. All right, there we go. Adbert Alzolay comes in for the Cubs in relief for Justin Steele. He's pitched in 17 games this season as a 1.99 ERA in 22 2/3 of an inning. So Trey Mancini is over at first base, and Nick Madrigal is now the third baseman for the Cubs. David Ross tried to put all his firepower and his eggs in one basket. That'd be really nice if the Phillies win today. Do not forget to shout yourself out if you guys have just subscribed to my channel. Yes. Did David Ross didn't get thrown out, did he? No, Laz Diaz was having a conversation with him. I don't know why they were showing that. Or is this... oh, no, this is in real time. I just got my sister to subscribe. Oh, thank you, King Darius. Thank you. It's funny because the odds for the Phillies to win today were at -125. But now they're at +160. as Alec Bohm comes up and the first pitch is popped up. And Alzolay almost lost it as it was right in front of the mound, and Trey Mancini called him off just in time, and he made the catch. And Bohm is retired. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. They're at plus 180, and that's a scoreless game. That's wild. I think it's because the Cubs have gotten more base runners on over the last couple of innings, so that's probably why. Edmundo Sosa due up at the plate now for the Phillies, and the first pitch is taken at the knees for a called strike. Sosa today is 0 for 2. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, and the next pitch is swung on and missed on a slider that was at 86 miles per hour and nowhere near the strike zone. Sosa grounded out and popped out today. And the 0-2, that is sliced down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and it goes down to the corner. And Edmundo Sosa will go into second base safely, and he gets on with a 1-out double. Ian Happ had to go play it off the wall. He made a pretty good play, but wouldn't have been able to get Edmundo Sosa out at second base. That thing just stayed fair, and Sosa took the pitch, and it was able to stay within the line. Let's see if anybody else can join the party. We have Bryson Stott coming in to pinch hit, and David Ross put in a couple of pinch hitters, Trey Mancini and Nick Madrigal, in the top of the 7th inning, and now Rob Thompson has a response. Let's see if it works. Stott had the day off, and the first pitch to Stott is taken over the heart of the plate for a called strike. A big spot for Bryson Stott here. It was 97 on the gun by Alizé. Sosa leads off at second base. Alzolay with the pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, man, that was a high fastball that was out of the strike zone, and Bryson Stott went chasing after it. Excuse me. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies have 5 hits today, and the Cubs have 2, and it's still scoreless. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Stott. Swinging another foul ball. Stott is one of the best 2-strike hitters in the league. Known for fighting off pitches and putting up really good deep at-bats. Brogdon warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch laid off by Bryson Stott on a slider at 87 miles per hour. So Justin Steele and Taijuan Walker both got the starts today for their teams. They both did not allow a run. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott. Alzolay gets the signs. And the pitch to Stott. There's a high fly ball drilled deep to right field. That's going back to the warning track to the wall. It's gone! And Bryson Stott gives the Phillies a 2-0 lead. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the bell is ringing, and it went 357 feet. Fans on their feet, and the Philly fanatic above the Phillies dugout is giving everybody a high five. It was a hanging breaking ball right down the middle of the plate, and Stott, who almost homered yesterday, was able to hit a 2-run homer there to give the Phillies the lead. And that could be the difference of the ball game. So the move worked, and Dalton Guthrie comes up. It's no balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. They got to put, they had a Jeans Club out in right field. They had Howard's homers out in right field. They got to do something for Bryson Stott. They just have to. The 0-2, swing and a miss. And Dalton Guthrie strikes out. Who did Stott pinch hit for? Josh Harrison. Josh Harrison. That was nice. So 2 outs, nobody on. The Phillies have a 2-0 lead. Trea Turner comes in, and he will send that one out to right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit and go all the way towards the scoreboard. Trea Turner rounding second base, and he will stay put over there. He gets on with a 2-out double. And Alec Bowman and Mundo Sosa in the dugout cheering him on. First pitch, opposite field base hit by Trea Turner. And Alzolay just gave up another extra base hit. And now time will be called on the mound as Barnhart's going to go out there to talk to his pitcher. And Brandon Hughes is now warming up in the bullpen, the left-handed pitcher, and he will most likely face Bryce Harper if Nick Castellanos gets aboard. Castellanos 2 for 3 today. He's now batting back over 300. He's singled and doubled. The first pitch to Castellanos is on the outside corner. It looked like it was a little bit off the plate, but it was a slider at 85 miles per hour. Turner takes a leadoff at second base. He got on with a 2-out double. The pitch to Castellanos, swing and a miss. On a sweeper at 85 miles per hour. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Phillies lead 2-0. The pitch. Hit out to right field. It's not too deep. Suzuki does a couple of side steps over towards his left side, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Phillies, they get a 2-run home run by Bryson Stott, and they lead 2-0 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Cubs now down to their final 6 outs. So, alrighty. So he flies out to right field. Alrighty. We are continuing the rally. Yeah, man. It's pretty nice. All right. I am going to take a very, very quick step off, but I will be right back in just a few moments for the top of the 8th inning. I need to catch my breath and stretch. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Soto, Kimbrel, Brogdon. I don't know. I think it's going to be Brogdon because I saw him warming up in the bullpen. Oh, man. Lori Adam. I saw that you just subscribed to Play by Play with JJ about an hour ago. I don't know how I didn't get the notification, but I wanted to give you a shout out for subscribing to my channel. If you guys want a shout out, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, I will give you a shout out, but you got to subscribe and you have to comment down below that you did subscribe to my channel because I don't always get the notifications. We just reached the 400 mark. Thank you, Gabe. I really appreciate it. Yes, that's awesome. Go to the top of the 8th inning. And the first pitch delivered by Connor Brogdon is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Tucker Barnhart, who walked in the 3rd, is up at the plate. And the 0-1 grounded over to second base. Stott fields it on the hop, throws over to first in plenty of time for out number 1. Connor Brogdon on the bump. He's 2-0 on the season. He has a 2.7 ERA, 20 strikeouts in 23 1/3 of an inning, and he's only allowed 9 walks, but he has given up a couple of home runs, 3 on the season to be exact. Nico Hoerner will step up to the plate. 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Hoerner comes up 0 for 2 today. The pitch, a cutter at 89 miles per hour. I got the notification. Baxter 2019 Pepper, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Shout out to you. The 0-1, there's a fly ball that is drilled deep to left field, and Schwarber gets underneath it. He'll track it and make the catch, and Brogdon just dodged a bullet. That thing could have got on out of here. So Hoerner will fly out to left field, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Here's Dansby Swanson. Swanson today flew out to center field in the first, singled, and then got caught over at first base as he couldn't get back to the bag in time. The 0-1. The first pitch was actually called a strike. Then he walked his last time up. That was back in the 5th inning. Gregory Soto is warming up in the bullpen, and most likely he'll pitch the 9th. The pitch, taken just a little bit down low for a ball. One ball, one strike, nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Phillies lead 2-0 against the Cubs. The pitch, swing and a miss. That was a changeup at 83 miles per hour. Time is called. You know what I also learned today? Today is actually Josh Hamilton's birthday. Josh Hamilton would have been 43 years old. Former 5-time All-Star. The 1-2. It's taken down low for ball 2. I think that we'll all remember, the home run derby back in 2008 where he had 28 home runs in the first round, but he lost in the derby to Justin Morneau. 2-2 pitch up high, and it ends up hitting Dansby Swanson. And he is rewarded first base on the hit by pitch delivered by Connor Brogdon. So that'll bring up the tying run, and that'll be Ian Happ. And Rob Thompson's going to come out there, and that most likely is going to do it. And it will. So they are going to put in Gregory Soto to face the lefty. They want the lefty-on-lefty matchup, and Connor Brogdon's day is done. The runner over at first is still his responsibility. Let's see if the Phillies can try to close this one out. Close the 8th inning out. Didn't Bobby Abreu win a home run derby with the Phillies? He did. Yes, he did. Bobby Abreu, man. Great ball player. But Josh Hamilton. Everybody always wonders, what if? What if he would have, never got suspended with the whole drug violations and all that. But yeah, he would have been 44 today. 43, actually. And also, today is also Earl Averill's birthday. Earl would have been 121 years old today. He was born in 1902. But he was known as the line drive machine and ended up being a 6-time All-Star, played for 13 seasons with Cleveland, Detroit, and Boston. And a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people think about The Rock as Dwayne Johnson, and rightfully so, but the original guy that was actually nicknamed The Rock was Earl Averill. And it's funny because his teammates called him Rockhead because he was very opinionated and stubborn, but also, just his physique, with the bulky arms and all of that, the biceps. That's why he was known as The Rock. Every time I think of Rockhead, I think about Charlie Brown. Blockhead. It's not Rockhead, but. All right, Gregory Soto comes in, and he will pitch. And Ian Happ will be batting on the right side of the plate. Didn't realize he was a switch hitter, and the first pitch will get away from JT Realmuto. It was a sinking fastball at 99 miles per hour. And going over to second base is Dansby Swanson. So the tying run is up at the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Ian Happ. And it gets away from JT. Soto on the mound for the Phillies. Was acquired during the offseason. The 1-0. Swing and a foul ball down the first base line, and it actually ended up hitting the dugout. Happ is hitting .380 in the 7th inning or later and has 2 homers and 8 RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, and they don't even have to appeal it. It was a 100-mile-per-hour fastball that caught the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. 2 outs. Swanson over at second base. The wave is going around the bank. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies lead 2-0, and the pitch. Swinging a chopper over to third base. Fielded on a hop by Sosa. The throw over to first is just in time for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Phillies lead 2-0. Harper will lead things off when the Phillies return. Right. Let's take a sip of coffee. Who's warming up? Who, for the Phillies? Or for the Cubs? I don't know. See, I can't see. I mean, I can double check to see if ESPN released it. Let's see. Soto, I think, is going to pitch the 9th. There was nobody warming up that I saw. So they'll probably show in the bottom of the 8th inning who's going to warm up for the Phillies. In regards to the Cubs, who's coming into to pitch, I can check that out too. Nope, they don't say just yet. Oh, Hughes. Okay, Hughes is going to pitch. Now it's probably going to be Soto, but they haven't shown. We go to so they'll probably show it in the bottom of the 8th if they do decide to change it. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Cover the Phillies, we cover the Sixers, the Patriots, and the Flyers as well. We've been coming on here for the last 5 months. I've been putting out a lot of content. Don't care who's coming in for the Cubs. Well, there's some people on here that do, Larry. There's some people on here that do. So I gotta give both sides. I was figuring though that you meant the Phillies, but it's most likely going to be Gregory Soto. Oh boy! All right, Bryce Harper is coming up to the plate as the Phillies will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. That is funny. Oh boy! So Harper will face Brandon Hughes, and Brandon Hughes this season is 0-2. He has a 4.7 ERA. He's blown 2 save opportunities. He has 9 strikeouts and 7 2/3 of an inning of work. Pitch, swing and a miss. You couldn't name one Cubs reliever? Interesting. Harper today 0 for 3. Grounded out, struck out, and also flew out to right field, which was a 9-5 double play. Craig Kimbrell is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. Now they show it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. And Kimbrell will most likely come out to pitch the 9th inning. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-1 is swung on and missed. A slider at 84 miles per hour. That was way out of the strike zone. Oh, boy. One, two. Down low and outside for ball two. Two balls, two strikes to Bryce Harper. And the pitch by Hughes. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal. Yes, he did, says Eric Backus over at third. And Harper is retired. And that will start off the bottom of the eighth. Here comes JT Realmuto. One out, nobody on in the bottom of the eighth. The Phillies lead 2-0. Excuse me. First pitch to JT is way up high for a ball, so Hughes throws that one up high. JT hitting .286 on the season, 3 homers and 17 RBI, along with a .476 slugging percentage. The 1-0. That's popped up towards foul territory on the third base side. Underneath is Barnhart. He's over towards the dugout, and he just runs out of room and actually hit the top step of the Cubs dugout. The visitors' dugout. So that makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. JT, Tucker Barnhart sharing some laughs from catcher to catcher. David Ross was over there along with the pitching coach and the bench coach, and they were trying to dodge getting hit. 1-1, swing and a miss. It was a slider at 83 miles per hour. One ball, 2 strikes. What's up, Megan? And the pitch to JT. Popped up once again, fouled behind home plate. All right, nobody on. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies up 2-0. I'll get to your comment in just a second, Steven. I got you. Hughes gets set, lines up, and delivers the 1-2. Up high for ball 2. All right, so Steven says, first of all, thank you for coming on here, Steven. I appreciate it. A whole lot of baseball still to be played, but what do you honestly see as the Phillies' chances as of now making the playoffs? Any chance of the Braves collapsing? 2-2 pitch, just below the knees for a ball. 2 questions in 1. Oh, boy. The Phillies, they can make the playoffs. I think that they still will. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Fouled back towards the third base side. The thing is that you just got to try to get hot at the right time. And when the Phillies are able to put it together, they can beat anybody. I mean, we kind of said that about the Sixers too. But the Phillies, I trust more. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a slider that was in the dirt. And JT strikes out. That's the 3rd time today that JT has struck out. Back-to-back strikeouts by Hughes. And here's Kyle Schwarber. Phillies were hot last year. They got hot at the right time, but they could still beat anybody with the lineup that they have. So I'm not counting them out. First pitch down low for a ball. As far as the Braves collapsing, I don't see that happening. I think that the Phillies are going to probably take the wild card and get a spot. And then you would think that the Padres are going to bounce back from their slump. 1-0. It's taken down low for a ball. And then the Mets. That's going to be a tough thing. I mean, the Brewers are no joke, but neither are the Cardinals. The Braves do look strong. 2 balls, no strikes to Kyle Schwarber as he's up at the plate. The Phillies lead 2-0 in the pitch. Inside for ball 3. It was a slider at 81 miles per hour. Schwarber hit a grand slam in yesterday afternoon's game to give the Phillies a 4-0 lead. 3-0. Up high and outside for ball 4. And Schwarber does get on with a 2-out walk. Alec Bohm is coming up to the plate for the Phillies now, as they lead 2-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And well, actually, Bohm is going to be sent back towards the dugout. Kyle Schwarber will have a pinch runner come in for him, and David Ross, I think, has seen enough from Hughes. And Marsh is now going to go over to first base. He will pinch run for Alec Bohm. Or pinch run for Kyle Schwarber. Pinch hitting, I don't know what's going to happen just yet, but Hughes is done. We also have a new pitcher coming in, and we have a pitch and change. So we'll be right back in just a few moments. Okay, so Marsh comes in for Schwarber. Bohm, I don't know who's going to pinch. All right, so hot essentially means good. Not necessarily. Because some people think that, like they got hot at the right time. That means that it was just, like, some people think about it as just a miracle. Like, they were just, like, a really good team that were hot. Or, sorry, they went on a run. That's what they mean. It doesn't always necessarily mean that they're a really good team. It's implied sometimes, but just because you're on a roll doesn't mean that people will tell you that you're a good team. But yeah, temporary. Yes, temporary. Correct. Rays are the leaders in the AL. Yeah, the Rays are good. Thing is that the Astros, I can't count the Astros out. Like, you can't bet against LeBron James. You can't bet against Sidney Crosby, right? Like, even though it's it's two different sports. But as far as teams go, like, you just can't bet against the Astros. Couldn't bet against the Patriots for a while until the quarterback left. But that's all right. It was a good dynasty while it lasted. Jeremiah Estrada comes in for the Cubs. You are what your record says you are, Bill Belichick. That's funny. That is too funny. All right, Marsh is over at first base. Alec Bohm will still hit here as Estrada will come on to pitch for the Cubs. The first pitch is inside and low for a ball. All right, so Jeremiah Estrada has 12 strikeouts. Over his last 7 days, he's pitched in 2 2/3 of an inning, has only allowed 1 hit, and he has 6 strikeouts. Only 2 walks allowed, though. The pitch fouled back towards the screen. He is 24 years old, stands at 6'1" for the Cubs. Throw back over to first is not in time. On the road, he's pitched in 5 1/3 of an inning, and he's allowed 3 hits. One pitch to Bohm. Fouled back towards the right field side, and that goes out of play. So Bohm comes into today 6th in Major League Baseball with the most RBIs, the 6th most RBIs in the league. Right behind Nolan Gorman and Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals. The 1-2 pitch to Bohm up high, and the throw over to second base to try to get Marsh is not in time by Tucker Barnhart. And Brandon Marsh swipes second base. Rob Thompson has been making the right moves. He put in Bryson Stott to pinch hit back in the bottom of the 7th, and he got Brandon Marsh to steal second base as he came into pinch run for Kyle Schwarber. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bohm. The pitch down low for ball 3. That's certainly what you want. out of your bench. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sosa waits on deck. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Phillies lead 2-0 thanks to a 2-run homer by Bryson Stott, and that's been the difference. The pitch, fouled back towards the first base dugout. Man, the Mets are up 5-4 against the Cleveland Guardians in Game 1 of that doubleheader. Mets actually made a little bit of history today. We'll talk about that in a little bit. A payoff pitch coming up by Estrada. Here it is. Line drive out to right field, and Suzuki on the run, and he'll make the basket catch for out number 3. No runs, 1 man left. Cubs coming up for the top of the 9th, and Craig Kimbrell will try to shut the door. He's been lights out, and he is still working his way up to 400 career saves. Can he get another one? That remains to be seen. All right. Phils were hot from June through the World Series. That's good. I wouldn't say that they were hot from June to the World Series. I would say because they were really, 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 really cold in September. They really were. And they almost, didn't even make it to the playoffs. So, they were hot from June to August. And then once September came, they got ice cold. They did. And then October, they were just red hot. They were. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well so that way you know when I upload. I love you all so much. We just reached 400 subscribers tonight, or this afternoon. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, as I mentioned before, the Mets actually made a little bit of history today. So it was tweeted out by Sarah Langs from SNY, and this is what she said, and I'm going to quote her, okay? With Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander pitching today, right, the Mets would be the first team to start pitchers who have each won 3 or more Cy Youngs in both ends of a doubleheader. In fact, the only team to start pitchers who have even won 2 or more Cy Youngs in a doubleheader is also the Mets. And that was back on September 7th of 2008. And those 2 pitchers were Pedro Martinez, former Philadelphia Philly, and Johan Santana. That was really cool. I saw that today, and I was like, man, I got to give her a shout-out, and I got to quote that. Sarah Langs does an awesome job for SNY. She's been she's had a really good career. All right, Brandon Marsh will play center field. Dalton Guthrie now out in left field, and Craig Kimbrell will come in to close the door for the Phillies. So Craig Kimbrell will try to get another save. He's pitched in 16 innings this season. He's allowed 11 earned runs. He has only allowed 9 walks, and he has 27 strikeouts. Frank Viola, no. All right, Suzuki is up in the first pitch. Swing and a miss. It was on a fastball at 97 miles per hour. Seiya Suzuki is 1 for 3 today. He singled back in the 4th. Kimbrell on the bump for the Phillies. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss on another high heater at 98 miles per hour. Kimbrell has 398 career saves. Kenley Jansen just got over the 400 mark as he has 401 saves on the season. He is now the closer for the Boston Red Sox. The 0-2. Right over the middle of the plate for called strike 3. And there is 1 gone in the top of the 9th. Seiya Suzuki, that is the 3rd time today that he has taken a pitch right down the middle. And there is a backwards K to start off the 9th inning, and there's 1 gone. Mike Tauchman is due up. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice today and also stole a base. First pitch on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. 4 strikes in a row, all fastballs. That time it was 97 miles per hour. Craig Kimbrell keeps saying it time and time again. He's been turning back the clock. The 0-1 on the outside corner. Ooh, it looked like it was a little bit off the plate, but he got the call. A curveball, a knuckle curve at 87 miles per hour. Phillies lead 2-0 against the Chicago Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2 windup and the pitch. Outside, it was a knuckle curve. That time it was a little bit more off the plate compared to the previous pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mike Tauchman. On deck is Christopher Morel. Kimbrell with the windup and the pitch. Way up high and outside for ball 2. The Phillies, if they win today, they will go on to be 22-24. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 98 miles per hour on the gun. On a high fastball at 98 miles per hour on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Craig Kimbrell in the 9th inning. And that'll leave things up to Christopher Morel, who's 0 for 3 today. He struck out twice and popped up. The first pitch, way down low and in the dirt for a ball. It actually kicked back and ended up hitting the backstop. Cubs down to their final out. Phillies trying to win the series and go on a 2-game winning streak. 1 ball, no strikes. Kimbrell with the pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field. Castellanos looks up, and it's gone. And Christopher Morel has homered in 3 straight games. It was an opposite field home run. That one got out in a hurry, and it's now a 2-1 ball game in the top of the 9th. Morel got a fastball right down the middle, took it the opposite way, and man, he just continues to have a hot bat. He knew the fastball was coming and got it right off the end of the bat, and that thing carried on out of here. It's now 2-1 Phillies. And the Cubs get one back. The tying run up at the plate, it's Trey Mancini, but they're still down to their final out. First pitch to Trey is outside and low for a ball. Mancini struck out in the 7th inning as he came in to pinch hit for Matt Mervis. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is even at 1-1. Stott hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Phillies. They lead it 2-1, the 1-1. Just below the knees and a little bit outside for ball 2. That is the 4th home run that Craig Kimbrell has allowed this season. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody on, 2 outs. Phillies lead 2-1 in the 9th. And the pitch. Oh, man, he didn't get the call on that one either. And it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count, and Craig Kimbrell's grimacing a little bit. Just not happy. Patrick Wisdom waits on deck as he will pinch hit if Mancini gets aboard here. The 3-1 pitch to Trey. Swing, and he swung at ball 4, but he fouled it off. And now the Cubs down to their final strike. Fans on their feet at Citizens Bank Park. It's a full count to Trey Mancini. Phillies lead at 2-1 in the top of the 9th. Kimbrell on the bump. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the payoff pitch. Swing and another foul ball. It was on a 4-seam fastball that was also a little bit low. And Kimbrell will go back at it again. Phillies ended a 7-game losing streak to the Cubs last night. And JT will call for time. They also ended a 5-game losing streak on the season. JT is going to try to calm down Craig Kimbrell, and Sosa will go over there to give him some support as well. And now the conversation is over, and everybody will go back to their spots. Phillies lead 2-1 in the top of the ninth inning with 2 outs. Cubs down to their final strike. It's a full count to Trey Mancini. And everybody's back at their spots. Kimbrell on the bump. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. The kick and the pitch. Another foul ball. That time it hit off of the foot of Trey Mancini. 7 pitches in this at-bat. 3 of them have been foul balls. Mancini has been battling. Fans praying for the final strike. The pitch. Outside and low for ball 4. And the tying run is aboard. And Trey gets on with a 2-out walk. And Patrick Wisdom will come up to the plate for the Cubs. He is now representing the go-ahead run. Well, they say in baseball that the hardest out to get is the final out. Kimbrell started off the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. Patrick Wisdom is 1 for 1 in his career versus Craig Kimbrell as he homered off of him. The first pitch is way outside and low, and Kimbrell has to calm down a little bit as it almost got by. 1 ball, no strikes to Patrick Wisdom. Over at first base is Trey Mancini. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. A fastball at 97 miles per hour. Patrick Wisdom leads the Cubs in home runs with 12 on the season. The 1-1. It's popped up towards the infield in foul territory. Realmuto gets under it and will make the catch for out number 3. Craig Kimbrell with save number 399 on the season. It got a little bit dicey at the end, but he gets the job done, and the Phillies take the series against the Chicago Cubs. The Phillies are now 22-24 on the season. Of course, it ended with a little bit of drama, but everybody can catch their breath. Cubs, they fall 20-26 now on the season. And Taijuan Walker was sensational today on the bump for the Phillies as he went toe-to-toe with Justin Steele. And Steele and Walker didn't even allow an earned run. Steele went 7 innings, and he was great, and Walker pretty much almost matched him. And the bullpen was sensational today as well. Couldn't have asked for a better start from the pitching, and the offense came through when they needed it, but the pitching really kept them involved in this game. And that is the biggest takeaway for the Phillies as they win 2-1 against the Chicago Cubs. Phillies will take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for a 3-game set. Tomorrow is game 1. It'll be at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, and meanwhile, the Chicago Cubs, they will have a day off tomorrow, and then their next game will be on Tuesday as they will be facing the New York Mets at Wrigley Field. Thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Jason Joseph. Again, if you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. We come on for almost every single Phillies game. I love you all so much. You guys are the best. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. We want more people to join the JJ family. And once again, we passed the 400 mark today. I love you all, and I can't believe that we just continue to set more and more records on here. We started this channel 5 months ago and have just been going at it, calling games for our favorite teams and just putting in the work, grinding it out, and it starts off with you guys. So thank you. All right? I love you all. Lila Tove will be back on tonight for a Phillies series recap. And then tomorrow, of course, for the Phillies game. All right. Lila Tove, and have yourselves a great night.